Festival of Year is coming very soon, featuring the emergence of Shadow Islet, new monster variants, and even finally our next Titansoul. So stay tuned to find out everything coming. Festival of Year is likely going to start on the 10th of December, as this is around the usual time Festival of Year releases anyway, and this 10th of December date is also referenced in the Beat Hereafter field notes. Here I'll play the clip, but there is something a lot more interesting. The case number on the top of the report, when translated from monstrous to English, reads number 1210. Obviously this could mean nothing, but my singing monsters, they like to tease stuff, such as magical nexus in Epic Wallaby's bio. The date 1210, in the way USA does it, would mean December 10th. In the way UK does it, it would be the 12th of October, but that has kind of already happened. There is something significant about the December 10th date. It falls on a Wednesday, which is the day most My Singing Monsters updates release. This would also be the day Festival of Year would release too. Anyway, we are probably going to get one costume in Festival of Year. We only got one in Spooktacle, 2 in Beat Hereafter, and 0 in Feastember. The costume is probably for Wubbox, since I think they're adding a Wubbox costume for every core event. We already have Spooktacle and Summer Songs, so this is what they look like. If you have any ideas what a Festival of Year Wubbox costume would look like, why don't you comment it down below. We also will get our last seasonal snacks, so they better be as good as the recent Feastember casseroles, because they are amazing. For the mini Festival of Year seasonal snack, it could be Brussels sprouts because no one likes them. And for the big one, it could be Christmas pudding. Epic Cranchee will definitely come in Festival of Year, but not on the 10th of December when it would start. In the previous events where we have gotten an Epic Dream Mythical, they have released during the next week of the seasonal event. So Epic Cranchee would release on the 17th of December. This is an Epic Cranchee designed by Lycoad. First of all, it is based off Squidward, which is awesome. Rare Cranchee had a Squidward reference in its bio, but that isn't the point. We need full Squidward embracement. Embrace the Squidward. Make it fully like Squidward. Come on, like, we know you can do it. We have no confirmed breeding combo for Epic Cranchee, but if I had to guess, I would say Catalyst and Anglo. Diamond giveaway. Yeah, you heard right. Join my Discord server, and when we reach 500 members, I will be giving away some diamonds. Link in the description. Also, consider liking and subscribing while you're here. It helps the channel. On December 10th, we will be getting our next addition to Wanderer Island, Adult Yool. This is pretty obvious. It is the only percussion monster that will be going to Wanderer Island in the first place, but not every good song needs a lot of percussion. I think Yool will transform the opening part, ringing its bells with no vocals when Yarstretch and Gajoob play. Then Punkleton, Yool, Bazinga and Gajoob would all play together but integrated the vocal aspects of Yool alongside the bells. Then Yool continues playing when it is just Bazinga and stromboning. Basically, Yool plays throughout the whole song, but only has vocals on the middle verse. I think Yool will add a lot and will be one of the main parts of Wanderer Island. Adult Yool designed by Lolcows, by the way, check them out. Paranormal Carnival. Where do I start? Well, with our new Paranormal Hybrid, it will most likely be containing Ruin and Control, so breedable with Arcarina and Harrianet. I call it Crab Guy, the Nuclear Paranormal. I imagine the sound will be somewhat like Anglo's with explosion and a whole lot of blaze. Bass. It's sort of explosive, not near Dactyl's explosivity though. That's crazy. It will be our last double element not containing the Death's element, and I mean, it is about time we get our next Paranormal Hybrid, or maybe it will be in waves and we'll get another 2. I don't know, only time will tell. Crab Guy was designed by Spookbox. Another exciting part of Festival of Year. The Face of Titansoul. I think it will release because Faerie Island released in December 2019 for Festival of Year, and it has been 7 months since Crocus, and the gap between Crocus and Phlox was 7 months. Anyway, we just need a new Titansoul, man. I've been waiting so long. For the Faerie Island Titansoul names, I was thinking Thessodian Foxglove or Thessodian Fungus, but comment below what names you think would suit it. This design is by Spookbox, which has a more mystical and fairy tale take. Like the other Titansouls, it will play throughout most of the song with 4 unlockable tracks. The predominant parts I think it will play through is the opening and Fiddle's verse, the climax with Owlesque, and the very final segment with Pongping, Tuskski, Kriddleby, Kana and more. So not the whole song, just most of it. For the sounds it would produce, it might be like wind fluttering through its wings for the starting segment, and then incorporating a horn sound, sort of like Minor Owlesque when fiddle plays, with a mix of both with the other 2 tracks at the climax and at the end. I really don't have much idea, so I'm open to suggestions. There is no more information we can get about Shadow Islet's release date from this field notes. There is a few miscellaneous stuff that could hint towards the same release date. Festival of Year celebrated on Cold Island, and Shadow is the ethereal alternative of Cold, and Shadow Islet will house the Cold Primordial. Speaking of Primordial, let's start talking about the Primordial. Shadow Islet would house the Cold Primordial. How many times have I said Primordial? And it's probably going to be Fandhul. Who is ready for a massive section where I talk about Fandhul? I am. Obviously, Shadow Islet's Primordial would be Fandhul. This design perfectly represents it. There is cold fur all around the body, which not only represents the primordial cold element, but Mammoth's fur, since Mammoth also is a cold representative. It is covered in the goo that also covers Pentumbra, the shadow quad. It covers the legs, by the way, it's sort of wrapped around them. This goo is also seen on the Mirror Natural Islands too. It has dark red claws on its hands and feet, which are just scary. The theme of Shadow Islet, scary, fast and kind of funny, sort of like a circus. Fandhul has a guitar on top of his head, more specifically an electric guitar, but it uses retractable hands to play. It has a weird eye, the eye sort of cryptic looking, which is like scary, Shadow Islet themed in fact. This is another Fandhul design by Alcala that really ties into the cold element. It has colder trunks coming out of the ground with eyes growing all around them, attaching the Fandhul to the ground, almost like cementing it into the ground so it's stuck there. It has a percussion sound which is more than just clapping, but it sounds like this. By the way, the Shadow Islet song playing in the background is Alcala's, so check that out in the description after this, please. Let's go on to the Shadow Islet design. First of all, this design by Ewubs resembles the Plasma Islet design. I could see the Mech Islet design being all mechanical and technological, but I don't see what they could do to severely differ the Shadow Islet design from the Plasma Islet design. So I feel like this is the perfect balance between them two. It has a more Halloween / scary theme, even though it's not Halloween, it's going to release near Christmas. With the background having cobwebs and ghosts, a gravestone on top of the islet, orange creepy eyes with orange highlights on the fingertips, a huge cobweb connecting the fingers, which will be, you know, where you place all your monsters. Here is a Shadow Islet designed by Spookbox. This is a different position from the other hands, which are just facing left and right. This one is facing upper left, which means it is positioned here from Ethereal Island compared to the other islets. It has a more darker theme than the other one by Ewubs. Comment below what you think Shadow Islet would look like. Now this Shadow Islet design takes the cake for the best concept I've seen. By Spookbox, it has such an eerie tone and a mysterious, frightening tone that perfectly suits the Shadow Islet theme, and is a pure contrast from the Festival of Year when it would release. The green highlights comparing to the dark blue tones on the hand make it all the more better, with scary, horrifying pink claws trying to pull the hand back from rising. The red fingernails just add even more. This has got to be my favourite Shadow Islet design. It just looks so awesome. Shadow Islet's roster would be Grumpire, Wisp, Oraculele, Voodoo, Kazelian, Urique, Meebkin, Blaret, Nitebear, Piplash, Exert, Pentumbra, and Fandhul / the Cold Primordial. Or it might even release with the rares, and I really hope it does release with the rares, because it would make life so much easier, because you wouldn't, like, you can progress and get the rares. Like, from the very start, it just make it so much easier. Let's get on to more rare workshoppers stuff, because I believe we're gonna get some more rare workshoppers. Yay! Yes, that last Shadow Islet segment was basically the Shadow Islet video from the other day. For new rare workshoppers, I think we may get a dual release of rare Piplash and rare Flasque. They are the next two ethereal workshoppers if we are going on stability, even though rare Nitebear is less stable than rare Flasque and it came out before rare Flasque. It's weird, right? Rare Piplash might come because it is on Shadow Islet and I think it would be cool. This is a rare Piplash designed by Ewubs, which is a more metallic and cyber-like design. It has a radioactive green liquid flowing through its antennas. I think those are antennas. And then metal going down its tube with paint splattered on it. This is a rare Piplash designed by Low, which is more shadow themed / goth emo themed. It features a lower tone colour scheme with greys, reds, purples and blues with a wood-like texture all around the body and spikes coming out the antennas and the tube. Come on, what are these body parts even called? Now, for rare Flasque, we have a design from Spookbox. Let's start off with the obvious. This monster has a mad scientist theme, but with a twist. It's basically a walking science lab. The main body is this huge conical flask filled with a bright bubbling red liquid. And inside that liquid, we can see several tiny glowing green eyes peering out, which is super creepy, but also pretty cool. The whole monster is held up by multiple pairs of brown wooden arms wearing big grey, almost cartoon-like gloves on the feet. The hands are doing all the work, holding beakers and pouring the red liquid into other flasks via some crazy curved tubes. Notice the small green orb on the back of each hand? Yeah, I did too, I don't really know what to say here. This is a rare Flasque designed by Lycoad. This is a lot more colourful. They have an array of the science glass things that I forgot the name of, other than beakers. Conical Flask, that's one of the names. It has measurements like rulers on the glass and multiple eyes that stirred around in the goop. In the first one, with muscly yellow arms holding them up. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, join the Discord server, and I will see you all tomorrow when I am £150 down for ultralighting all of my torches.
Lonely, lonely.